Chosen One!
Welcome to The Chosen One. I'm your host, Qui-Gon Din, and today we are going to be looking at 3 Separatist lists post-Riff Tamson box. So the Riff Tamson box brings us Riff Tamson himself, Nasserai, and then the Aquadroids. The Aquadroids are an interesting support that I think people are a little bit undervaluing. I think they are going to be very solid, and the coolest unit in the box by far is Nasserai. He may be a bit squishy, but the amount of deck manipulation you can get with these guys, with the order deck, with their mechanics on reserving and everything, the aggressive output that Riff Tamson brings, he's just not the tankiest model. I'm not sure how competitive in the long run this box will be, but it definitely looks like a fun box. So right off the bat, this is going to be our output list. We are playing Grievous with Riff Tamson. Under Grievous, we're putting Nasserai and the Aquadroids. This is so that Grievous can just bring the Aquadroids along with him and just start really getting them in position to do the Nasserai extra dice thing. Their protection is very important. They are good in melee. These are basically Magna Guards if they had a gun, which is a good thing. The deck manipulation can make your order deck pretty consistent, just with B1s doing order deck manipulation, Kalani, Nasserai. It's going to be very solid on the output front. It's definitely a list that plays to the standard Separatist style. We're taking Riff Tamson with Kalani and B1s. B1s are getting a ton of extra dice through the aquatic guys being up in the front lines, and then you also have Kalani getting extra attack dice. This list is about pumping up your supports and pumping up your stuff with the Nasserai dice. Very mobile. It will do what Separatists like to do. I think it's going to be very aggressive, but it is kind of a glass cannon type list. If we want to have kind of a meme and just have some kind of fun with the aquatic tag, we have Riff Tamson with Kit Fisto. So Riff Tamson's taking Nadar Veb with B1s, and then Kit Fisto's taking Nasserai and the Aquadroids. Riff Tamson and Kit Fisto are very much going to be frontline fighters along with Nadar Veb, meaning Nasserai is going to really give your extra dice to a lot of pieces, and this is the list where you can just start getting a ton of extra attack dice into your Separatist models because of the amount of aquatic tag stuff that we're running. This list is probably the least competitive list of the ones I'm showing you today. I definitely would lean into the Grievous variant if you want to play competitive, but this is something you can play for fun if you want to put Kit Fisto and Sharkman together on the table. And then on to our third list. So we got Nasserai here, and what can we do with Nasserai? Nasserai is very interesting because he really improves a list that started off really strong, but got kind of dragged in the meta a little bit, and that is Cad Bane with Dooku. The biggest weakness to the Cad Dooku list is you had no way of moving Cad Bane around other than attacking with stuff and paying force for his jump. Nasserai gets to move scoundrel units or separatists with a reposition or dash, meaning Dooku gets an extra movement or Cad Bane. And Cad Bane being a little bit more mobile means you can really rely on like these Dooku revenge attacks to get your B2s pumped up dice or your Aquadroids. And Kraken is just solid here. The Aquadroids and B2s getting attacks off of your secondaries getting wounded or primaries is very good. It's, again, a very outputty kind of list with some tankiness on points. It's going to be an interesting dilemma to see how this plays out. But I feel that this is one of the more interesting ways to play Nasserai. Cad Bane having extra mobility and Separatists makes the list get more outputty than it usually does because he can proc on that 2 extra damage at the end of attacks. This has been 3 Separatist lists that you can take post Riff Tamson. Stay tuned next week as we cover a Weequay week. Thank you for watching this episode of The Chosen One, a Star Wars Shatterpoint podcast. If you want to catch the next video, you can watch the one linked above, or you can just go and listen to the podcast on the playlist below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for your support.